Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is HD. Welcome to the pregame show. My co-host here can't stop laughing because he's just crazy like that. Anyways, we did just see KawaiiRice completely fail with his Raven usage, getting in the mix of the battle right before the upgrade was done. So he really mistimed his attack there, lost all of his Ravens as a result, and then, of course, the game. Any comments on that?
I just want to say he moved out a little bit too early. I think we say that in the video a lot, but he just moved out a couple seconds too early. It really sucks. Got to throw him off of his game probably in game number 2, but hopefully he can pull it together and bring this to a game 3.
All right, so we are going to look at game number 2, and this is going to be on, I believe, Steps of War? Steps of War, that is right. So best of luck to KawaiiRice. Let him, hopefully he has a chance to get back in this game, and we're going to go ahead and take a look.
Hello everybody out there on Good Luck Have Fun TV as well as YouTube. This is going to be HD and Husky, and it is going to be Socrates, also known as KawaiiRice, versus CauthonLuck. This is going to be round 2 in the HDH Invitational. I do have Husky alongside me, and we do want to mention that last game Husky said thanks to Nick Quad. It's actually Sean Quad.
Yeah, it is a Sean. It was day 9. I'm an idiot. I get names mixed up all the time. So it was Sean who got us the hookup and got it pretty much streaming again. So yes, big thanks to him, and also big thanks to Nick just because.
Alright, so it looks like we're going to be playing here on Steps of War, and it is going to be once again the Terran versus Terran. What do you think we're going to see for KawaiiRice this game? Last game he pretty much just got dominated simply because he couldn't use those Hunter Seeker missiles.
Yeah, that was so sad. If it was just a couple more seconds, I always say that StarCraft is a game of seconds, proving it right there. If you move out 2 seconds too early, it can cost you a game pretty decisively. So for KawaiiRice, not sure what we're going to see. I do want to mention on this map, in any matchup, it has the highest chance of being a very short game. Just looking at the center of the map, the rush distance for the entire map, you can get your opponent's face very, very quickly here. But it does look like they are going very similar openers here. Not going to do anything too crazy, as both their barracks are at about the same HP and start at the same time.
Yeah, and right after that first Rax goes out, we do see CauthonLuck moving with his scouting SCV. It doesn't look like KawaiiRice is moving out with his own SCV. So basically, we're going to have CauthonLuck moving in there. He's going to see exactly what's going on. I'm curious as to why KawaiiRice has decided not to go out and scout.
Maybe he knows CauthonLuck very well and knows what kind of builds he goes, or maybe he is just using his map hacks or something, I don't know. But he is definitely scouting a little bit later, gonna give him a bit of an economic edge here. So as long as his build doesn't get countered, he'll technically have a slight advantage, but it's really uneasy to be playing, you know, without knowing what your opponent's doing. I think he is scouting right now. Pretty late scout, or maybe looking for a proxy, not so sure. But that would be actually a good thing to do, because this map is really common for proxies.
Yeah, this map, it's definitely easy to use Reapers or anything like that, Bunker Rush, because the middle of the base, the main base, is so large and wide, and you can definitely abuse those cliffs and everything. Looks like, I don't know what KawaiiRice is doing, finally moving that SCV in the right direction. Orbital Command just finishing for him as well. So both players playing pretty standard here, and you gotta imagine that KawaiiRice might be a little bit on edge after that first game because he pretty much just got outplayed. And he did choose this map, so hopefully he's going to have some kind of advantage after practicing for so long.
We'll see if KawaiiRice has something up his sleeve. He is getting his factory again. I don't know if he's going to go for that Banshee build for a second time, as it didn't quite work out for him the first time. He is getting really good intel, though. He actually scouted that entire base, knows exactly what's going on. But from here on out, they're really going to have to rely on scans, because they each are going to have 2 Marines guard that ramp, no problem. And again, CauthonLuck getting his factory a little bit late, so very similar openers here.
Yeah, it looks like CauthonLuck here getting just now the factory, so I think that both players will probably just go straight up for those Ravens possibly, but most likely Banshees and Viking. And of course, the main thing is usually you do see the tech lab or the reactor going on the Rax/factory, and then they swap off, lift off, and then give it to the starport, because starport is where it's all at in TVT now. You don't see siege tanks used that much anymore, kind of sad, but the micro is still there, and I'm definitely excited to see how these players pull it out.
I cannot wait to see. I'm kind of rooting for KawaiiRice, see if we can make this go to an epic third ace match. We're going to have to wait and see, though. It actually looks like CauthonLuck is being aggressive here with the first 3 Marines, and this could actually be pretty annoying because KawaiiRice wasn't expecting this whatsoever. He did actually get a Hellion, though. gonna roasty toasty those Marines, absolutely no trouble. So that didn't do as much damage. He did kill about 3 SCVs there though, and that really pays for the Marines alone.
And he actually delayed the starport a little bit. The nice thing is you can just auto attack into the buildings, and no matter where the SCV is, it could be hiding for its dear life constructing the starport. It's still gonna go down. But nonetheless, it looks like KawaiiRice is gonna get the starport a little bit quicker, and it looks like he's moving out with his Hellion across the map as well. Starport switching with the factory, gonna get the early tech lab, and most likely gonna be pumping out Banshees early on. So KawaiiRice gonna go for pretty much the same build as last game and try to do some fast Banshee rush. He is moving in with this Reaper, and we'll see what kind of damage he can do to CauthonLuck.
He actually got pretty lucky, able to slip in here past all these Marines. Usually you place the Marines not at the top of the ramp, but actually at the walls to prevent this from happening. But this harassment is definitely a little bit late. I mean, we're at about 6 minutes, and he didn't do that much damage, not even able to kill. I think he killed like 1 SCV, and that is it. And so he does actually have the Banshee on the way again. He must feel confident.
With Cloak.
Yeah, with Cloak, he does feel confident in his ability to do that, which the Banshee, whoa, did that tank finish or get canceled? It did finish. And so the Marines, though, I think that should be enough to deal with 1 Banshee.
Yeah, and well, if there's Cloak, keep in mind that KawaiiRice this time doesn't have 2 bases. Last game he had 2 bases, so he could use Comstat as much as he wanted. This time he only has 1, and so when this Banshee moves out and it gets its Cloak down, it might be able to exterminate those Marines and then go to work on the SCVs. And CauthonLuck right now doesn't know that there's a Banshee coming because he went in there, denied the starport, but he didn't know if the starport took a reactor or a tech lab. So here comes the Raven, and oh, it could go down right here. He really needs to Cloak and get it out of there, and a Viking coming out as well. The Viking's gonna be able to finish it off. No way the Banshee's gonna be able to get out of it this time.
Oh man, poor KawaiiRice. He was doing some pretty good micro there, just barely outranging the Marines, but he took way too much damage. And like you were saying, only 1 base for CauthonLuck, so he doesn't have the scan. So if KawaiiRice could have held on to that 1 Banshee, he really could have done a lot of harassment, but killing that Banshee gonna give CauthonLuck the courage to move out here with these Marines and a siege tank. This is a very early timing push here, and the bunkers, I don't even know if they're gonna finish in time.
Yeah, I think KawaiiRice here realizes how much trouble he's in trying to desperately throw up 2 bunkers and hold this ramp. He didn't realize that there was a siege tank coming out, and a siege tank that has siege mode as well. The siege mode has finished researching, scan going down to get that Banshee out of there. The Vikings are just gonna last shot that, no problem. The bunkers do go up, but here comes the siege tank. Classic TVT, and I think CauthonLuck's about to teach KawaiiRice a lesson here in the second round.
Yeah, this does look pretty one-sided here in this game, unfortunately, but the siege tanks are going to be in range once he can use this Viking to spot this ledge. And if you guys saw there, right when KawaiiRice was moving down this ramp, he actually had about 3 or 4 Marines that he could have saved for this bunker, but either way, not going to quite work out in KawaiiRice's favor here. He's going to try and get lucky, hope there's not enough energy for a scan, as Banshees do an incredible amount of damage to the ground units, and he is going to kill a lot of these, but he has to be able to deal with these siege tanks. 1 Banshee is only going to keep him alive for so long.
Yeah, as soon as the scan comes down, and it's pretty much over, and there is a Raven coming out as well. There goes the scan, so the Raven not really necessary. It is still being built right now. Viking trying to chase that Banshee away. Banshee trying to stay alive until the Comsat ends, and the energy runs out for the Banshee, so the Banshee cannot Cloak anymore, and I think that might be safe to call GG Socrates there, giving us his little face.
Yeah, he's not feeling happy after that game, so that was going to go 2-0 into CauthonLuck's favor, so he is going to advance to the round of 8. And stay tuned, guys, because we are going to be casting even more games. I think next up we have Liquid Nazgul versus In Control, who's a fellow Oregonian, so I'm going to cast that one right away. So anyways, any closing words, HD? If not, we're going to go on to our next set of games.
I want to thank you guys all again for tuning into the live stream, and of course YouTube. Make sure to stay on top of the HDH Invitational. More games coming right away.
All right.